Okay, for this next bit, I'm doing this in Mel scripting. I don't really know the Python on it, so actually what I just was able to set up is actually, so what this is actually doing is, so it just goes to, you can do this in set driven keys, but the way that this is doing is just, this is setting the attribute, and then the attribute is actual ikfk underscore switch, which is this object, and then dot is left leg ikfk, so it's going to this one, and it's setting the actual switch to 0. It's setting the attribute to 0, and then it's also setting the, it's actually setting the attribute of the left toe fk underscore control, and we're setting just the visibility, so it's dot visibility, and we're setting that to 0. Okay, and then from that point I'm actually doing a set driven keyframe, which is it goes, so the current driver, basically meaning the driver that's driving that keyframe is the switch. Okay, so this is actually causing the switch. So if I say ikfk switch underscore switch dot left leg ikfk, so now what it's doing is controlling this visibility. It's setting a keyframe on that. Okay, so when the attribute is set to 0, and also the visibility is all set to 0 on the FK object, it's going to basically turn it off. So, and then it just sets that keyframe on that actual object. So if I go and I switch to 1, it turns on the FK objects. Okay, and you can see that by, so I'm setting the attribute to 1, which is this one, and then setting the attribute of the control dot visibility, which is the actual, so if I select the object and this visibility, and I'm setting it to 1, which is on, okay, and then so I set a new keyframe, basically saying I want, so if it's set to 1, I want all these visibility channels set to 1 as well. So that's what this set driven keyframe is actually setting. Okay, so when I run that, it actually just goes through and sets the visibility on and off for that object. So if I'm in IK mode, I don't want to see those FK objects. When I go to 1, I can actually see all those objects, and I can share this little script I've created, which is a nifty little tool. So actually, what I want to do here is go and select all. So I'm just hitting Control A, and then I'm going down below here, and then I will say Control V. Okay, and then so from this one, what I want to do is, let's see, actually I'm going to undo that. I just want to make sure. Okay, so actually going and hitting Control C, and then down to the bottom, and then just giving a few spaces and hitting Control V. And so that's set. Alright, so from this point, I want to actually set, so from here, from 28, I'm actually going to just say set right leg FK visibility. Okay, and then I'll actually just control, just writing a little script right on the fly. I'll just go up here and name this set left leg FK visibility. Okay, so for this one, what I want to do is switch this to right, and then also I want all these to be right. So if I grab this and just Control C, and then I just want to grab this left section and Control V this, Control V, and then also we're going to switch this to right, switch this to right. I do have a search and replace. Okay, great. So if I just go through here, hopefully it's based off a selection. And so I'll find left and replace with right. Actually, I'm not sure that actually... Actually, that might not be the way I want to do this. Just Control... Just undoing out of all this. And so actually I'm going to select all this, copy, delete, and go to a new mail, paste, and then select all, edit, search and replace. And actually, I don't know why this actually came in as, close that, search and replace. Okay, so then from here I will look for left, replace with right. And so, replace all. Okay, this all should be good. Right, right, right. This is all right. It's right leg, right toe, blah, blah, blah. So if I select this, copy, cut, go to this one, and so this is all left. This one's all right. Okay, so to run this, I'm actually going to just save this out for you guys. And so from here, if I just Control Enter, this should do the right leg, which I'm sure it did. So if I select this and go to right leg, sweet. And so if I grab both, turn them both off, really handy. Really handy. There we go. I like it. Okay. So next part, I want to turn the IK on and off when I'm going into FK mode. So from that, I will go to, so this new mill, I'm just going to paste this in. Okay, so for this one, I want to actually keep that, keep the IK-FK switch, and then I'm going to only going to need 2 objects for this one. So only need 2 objects for this one. And this one, I will think, let's see, for this I'm just going to need 2. And this one I'll only need 2. Okay, set right leg IK visibility. Okay, and from here I will actually, so right leg IKFK 0, I'm going to set the visibility of these guys. So this one. So I want to find the name of this one, which is this pull vector. So I want this guy right here. So left leg, so I'll copy that. Actually, I want this to be right leg, actually, visibility. But that's okay. We'll just go with this for now. And we'll switch this to right leg, pull vector, control visibility to 0. And then the object, the foot control, is going to be this guy right here. So right foot control. And then this one, I want to replace this. So left leg. Okay, so these guys, actually I'm just going to copy this and then paste. And then turn these to 1. Basically just turning these on. Actually I want this switched. So I want this to be 1. This set to 1. This set to 1. And then this guy, I want this one to be 0. And 0, 0. Either way, it doesn't, yeah, that's fine. And then, so it's just setting the visibility. So either way, it would have been, yeah, because I'm doing the same thing. So I can just Control Z out of that. Same thing. So when this is set to 0, yes, I want this to be 1, this to be 1, and when it's at 1, I want these to be 0. The reason being, so 1 is going to be FK, 0 is IK. So just to double check this, if I select this guy and hit Control Enter, that should turn that on. So if I select this and go to, oops, I'm doing right leg. Okay, something's getting mixed up here. So right leg, so look at this guy. Right leg IKFK. So 1 being right, and then this guy, I want 0. Let's see if that's right. So then this, 0 should bring my IK on. So I want this to be 1. I want this to be 1. And then this one should be 1, and these should be set to 0. That should be right. There we go. Okay, so now when I select this guy, so now I'm in, so when I'm in 1, I want those visibilities turned off. So right leg pull vector underscore control dot visibility I want set. So do I have to, whoops. Just making sure. Okay. The reason why is because these okay, I know what I did wrong. So I want these to be right leg visibility. So actually I'm going to Control Z out of this. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to set the attribute of this. So set the attribute for right leg IKFK, and I want this to be so 0, and then I want the visibility set to 1 on these guys to say that they're on. And then I want to actually set driven keyframe on that right leg. On the switch. So if I grab those guys, so just copy, come over here, and then so these I'm going to set so right leg PV control visibility and right foot IK underscore control. Okay, that should be right. And then so this one, if I set 1, 0, 0, and then control enter, that should be right now. So, yep. Turns on, turns off. Okay, sweet. So I can add this. So actually I want to just comment this out. So I'm saying set IK IK right foot viz on off. So copy this and come here and paste here. And then come over here and do a left switch. So we can go to Edit, Search and Replace, Close, Don't Be Selected, Edit, Search and Replace. What the heck? I don't have anything selected. Search and Replace. So they're not a clear. Select all, delete. Select all, delete. And so we're going to look for right, switch to left, and replace all. So we'll grab these ones and just hit Control Enter. And then so here, if we go to our left, it's turning on and off how we want. So that's good. So we'll grab this, copy, come to this guy, and so IK left foot biz. Okay, and from here I'm actually going to close my script editor and then save. Just double check this. Looks like that's turning on and off properly, which is good. Saves a lot to just type it up into the script editor instead of actually going to a set-driven key and setting those things. Otherwise, that could take forever selecting everything, going to the set-driven key. It's kind of a pain. Going through the script editor, way faster. So if you can learn how Mel scripting works, and I'm sure Python is even faster, and I'm probably doing it in a crazy way where I'm actually typing everything out word for word, where I can probably do it in little bits and pieces. But I'm not super well versed in Mel scripting. I do try and use it when I can, just to kind of shorten some tasks, try to be efficient. And so with that, we're going to move over to the arms to turn those on and off next. Okay, so now we want to actually set the visibility switch on the FK arms. So what we want to do is actually set this up. So if we look at this, and our attribute is actually called, so it's still going to be this IK FK underscore switch, and then we'll call this dot left arm IKFK. Okay, so I'm actually going to just grab this guy right here and scroll to the bottom, and this one I'm going to just add a few comments. So set FK left arm viz on off. Okay, and then I'll just paste. And this one I want to set to left arm and not leg. Okay, and then want to grab these guys all right here. Actually, there's only going to be 3 of them, so I'll grab these 3, scroll to the bottom, and just hit enter. And so these ones I'm going to say left arm, and this will be left elbow, whoops, and this one will be left hand. And so just to make sure, I'm just double checking the names. So left arm FK underscore control, which is correct. And so that will be right. And so what we'll want to do is set the visibility on that. So we'll just grab these three and copy, and scroll down and paste. And then this one we want to just name this arm. And actually I'm just going to grab this here and copy, paste, paste. And this one is going to be arm. And this one will be elbow. And this one will be hand. So just making sure. So elbow and hand, FK. Okay, so that's basically when we set the switch to 0. We want the switch to be 1 actually. So when the switch is set to 1, the visibility is going to turn off on the FK. Okay, so if I select this guy right here and hit Control Enter. So if I go here and come back, so I haven't set, but now when it's 1 it actually sets it to 0. So what I want to do here is copy this and copy and paste. And then so this one I want to, when we set this to 0, we want these set to 1. Okay, so if I select this and run this, it should be good here. So now, how come I'm not getting, trying to figure out, let's try and run this all together. No object. Left arm. Okay, I see. So looks like I have just had that. I need to change this. So left elbow, left hand, left arm, left. Okay. So these. Just want to make sure that these are all correct. And then hit enter. Okay, so then this we should get, there we go, turning off and turning on. And this is backwards actually. So I want to set this to 0 and this one to 1. Alright, so just going to Control Enter that and just go here, and so off and on. That's right. Okay, good. So I'm actually going to copy this and go to a new mail command and paste. Oops, let's see, let's go here. So copy this, go here and paste. And so from here we can go to edit, search and replace, and change left to right and do a replace all, and then select all, copy. You can Control Enter here, although yes, we have an error because line 5 right hand FK, no object named. Huh, that's interesting. Alright, so let's just check that. So 0 to 1. Yeah, so just want to make sure that those controls, looks like they got turned off. Okay, so this one is right arm, right arm IK FK, and then right arm FK control visibility elbow hand. So just want to double check those. So going to open up the root and just scroll down. So left, so I'm looking for the arms. So right, okay, right hand, okay, this one didn't get changed. So I just want to double check that and say FK control. So now when we run this again, this should be correct. So here, and we'll go, so this turns it off, that turns it on. Alright, that's good. Okay, and so what I want to do is add this. So I'm going to select all, copy, delete, and go to this mill, and just add right, whoops, so comment is the 2 backslashes, and just say right arm FK viz on off, which I think I named this. Okay, so actually I just want to say set right arm FK viz on off. Okay, and then we'll paste this. All right. So this is all just visibility, and for this next section, we're going to turn these 2 off for the IK. So I just want to make sure. So right hand IK control and right arm pull vector control. So with these ones, we can actually go to our, where we are seeing the FK, or no, IK, I'm sorry. So IK, and we're going to be changing just the 2 items. And so let's start with, we'll start with this one first. So I'm going to copy this and go to empty mill and say set IK right arm viz on off, and then so this is going to be arm. Oops. So to make sure any changes that you do is going to match exactly. So right arm, whoops. So right arm, pull vector control, and then right arm IK control visibility, and that's right. Okay, so this is going to be arm, and I'm just going back, copying, and here just going wherever it says leg. Switch to arm, and foot to arm. Alright, so we also want to name these. Probably just go to anywhere that says leg and name arm and replace, but I just want to make sure that I hit everything in here right. So foot and arm should, or foot and leg should be replaced just as easily with arm. So, but now that I see this, I can just grab this and control enter. So right arm IK underscore control. So right hand. Okay, so this is hand, not this pull vector is arm. Okay, so hand is the one that we want. So right, arm IKFK, so we want this guy to be called hand. And this one is going to be hand as well. And this guy here is going to be hand. And this one is hand. Alright, so we'll just select that. Alright, so that looks like that worked. So if I go to my right and turn on and off, looks like it's working. Okay, it's just like a little light switch. So IK, FK. Alright, so we want to actually grab this, copy this, and go over to our main set, and I'll just Control V that, and then also go back here and do a search and replace and go with right to left and replace all, and then so do a select all, so it's just Control A and then Control Enter, and that should switch this guy to left arm IK to FK. Alright, cool. Sweet, that works just great. So I think I might have already done the IK. Did I do the IK right or IK left? No, I did the FK arm. Okay, good. So I just want to go and grab this. So select all, copy, and Control X just to cut. And from here, I will go here. And so this is just setting the left arm visibility. Alright, so from here, I'm actually going to save this as a script. So save script, and so I'll just go to my script editor, or actually just to my scripts. So Maya 2020, and just go to scripts, and here I'm actually going to just name this JN, and then we'll just call this mascot arm, feet, control, viz, on, off. Actually, let's just call this arm, feet. Actually, I want to go camel case. So arm, feet, controls. So controls, on, off. So that should be pretty self-explanatory. Feet, I'll say IKFK. Controls on and off. Okay, and then so save that. Alright, and then so I'm actually going to create a new one that also does a little bit of some of the same stuff, but so actually I'm going to go through here and just so left leg FK visibility, actually going to just set, so instead of the controls I'm actually going to control the joints, go to the joint level to make those changes.